Larry, the Magic Mechanic. 844-580-9326, 844-580-WDBO. Let's go ahead and go over to Kissimmee, where Kim's got a question. Go ahead, Kim.
Hi, good afternoon. How you guys doing?
We're doing
Thanks for
great.
taking my call.
You're welcome.
Good, glad to hear that. Catalytic, I have a 2001 Hyundai Elantra. Has about 95,000 miles on it, and it is the catalytic converter is starting to go on it. You can tell the exhaust is a lot louder, and also the vapor is leaking from it. There's water coming from it. I know it's such an expensive repair. Is there anything that I might be able to do to kind of preserve it as it is? Or is it a situation where once it goes, it goes?
Kim, usually a converter, it's rare that it would cause you to have, a louder exhaust system. I mean, unless it just come completely apart. It sounds to me like you have an exhaust leak that's probably got nothing to do with the catalytic converter. Do you have a check engine light on?
No.
Okay. Well, if there's a problem with the catalytic converter, when you scan the computer system, it's going to have a 420 code, a 400 code stored in it for catalyst efficiency or something along those lines. Computer system will pretty much tell you when the catalytic converter's shot. From what I'm understanding here, if you see a little water drip out of the exhaust system, that's common. That's condensation. That's common on all vehicles. So that isn't anything I'd be concerned with. But if you've got a louder exhaust, somebody's going to need to put it up on a rack and take a look underneath the car and see what the exhaust leak is. On a front-wheel drive vehicle, it's not uncommon that sometimes a pipe can crack, or where the motor rotates backwards and forwards a little bit on the mounts. Sometimes where the exhaust pipe connects up to the exhaust manifold can get worn and or even crack in that area, and it can cause you to have a louder exhaust. But I don't.
Yeah, I did go into the car. Yeah, and I did see where it is. It more or less is the center of the car where the drip is coming from. So it sounds like you're right, Larry, right about that area.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I mean, is it really leaking bad? I mean, if it was something other than just condensation, your engine would be running horrible and it'd probably be smoking like a freight train. So if those...
No, it's not leaking really bad.
Okay, you're just seeing a little bit of dripping in that area. And then I'm sure if you look underneath the vehicle at normal operating temperature, it's probably not leaking anything out of it at that point, right?
That is correct.
Okay, yeah. It's condensation. And, a lot of your catalytic converters and resonators and mufflers actually have drain holes in them, so that when you start a vehicle up, the condensation will go to those drain holes and it'll leak out. Those little tiny holes really doesn't do anything as far as, causing a loud exhaust or anything like that. But in your case, I think it probably just needs to be put up on a rack and inspected, especially if you've got a higher exhaust decimal. I think you're probably just dealing with maybe something cracked or something like that, but it doesn't automatically mean that you need a catalytic converter, especially if you don't have a check engine light on. So maybe this isn't going to be as an expensive fix as you thought it was, Kim. All right.
Thank you, Larry.
Hey, you're certainly welcome. Have a great weekend.